good afternoon, everybody, or good morning, whenever it is you're looking at this. Good evening. Just want to give you a quick introduction to what we're going to be doing this week in our seminar. So we'll do that right now. First of all, we're going to take a look at the PowerPoint that we're going to be looking at. I want to welcome you to Unit 3. This is a picture of me in front of on the Capitol by the Capitol building in Denver. And this week we're going to talk about the poetry units in Unit 6 and 7, also on teaching composition and grammar. And I also want to talk a little bit about reading response theory. I'm going to start out doing that a little bit, and I want you to kind of take a look at this and look at this last comment down here and below on implications and see if you see any there. You know, we don't want this to happen, and we don't want kids to have no fun, and so we want to make English language arts fun for our students. To teach writing, you have to be a writer, so think about that a little bit. And then we have this information here we have information about teaching composition that we're going to cover. We're going to take a look a little bit at the writing process from discovery through final product, and then what the teacher's role is when they are looking at that. So we'll take a look at that as well. You know, timing is everything with writing, as with most things in learning. And when students need to write something for another class, sometimes it's good to do it. So give that some thought. You know, they don't want to be embarrassed. They want to be successful with whether they're writing for your class, for somebody else's class, or for a letter to the editor, or trying to get something from a company or whatever they want to write. They want to be able to write well. The book talked about the levels of writing. I thought that was pretty interesting, and that's something we'll take a look at as well in seminar at this time. And I want to know what you think about that. You know, this is I want to try to throw a little humor in. We'll take a look at this cartoon with Calvin. We'll talk about that a little bit as well. Then we'll talk about grammar, art or science, and what it means to try to teach grammar like a science. Choices about what you may come into a situation where you're asked to teach grammar from a textbook, and what are you going to do? You know, look at this little cartoon and what's the message on this, and how does that apply to what we're reading this week? That's not to say that grammar doesn't have a place in what we're doing. We'll talk about that a little bit, and wonder why, when we know that it doesn't work to teach it out of a textbook like a science, why so many are still doing it. We'll talk about that a little bit. And then near the end, we're going to talk to you about consider developing a style sheet. I'll talk to you how to do that. And you know, it can be English teachers can have it pretty rough because they can quite often have a lot of papers to correct. We'll talk about how to do that as well. Now, don't forget, I'll be telling you this little reminder at the end about getting your poetry lessons in the Dropbox by noon on Wednesday. And then our next assignment, reading Chapter 12 on evaluating language arts. And then we'll see if you have any questions, and hope you have a happy 4th of July. So we will see you in seminar on Monday evening at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. And hopefully I'll have the sound working then. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.